Yeah, in the last class, we have been discussing about the power system quantities with respect to the fundamental. Okay, especially we have seen the equation of the real power and then the reactive power with respect to the fundamental. Now, in this class, we are going to see about the power, average power as the reactive power. How does it looks when we consider the harmonics in the voltage as well as the current? You have seen the definition of this, the instantaneous power P
Sir,
of, yeah,
screen is not sharing, sir.
yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, we have seen the power of t, real power P of t, that is instantaneous power P of t is multiplied V of t into I of t, and yeah, P of t. This is the equation which we have seen in the last class. This particular equation, the P of t is this equation. Okay, and whereas this term, which generally we define it as Vi cos phi, it is of a real power. This peak value of this term, which will be called it as a reactive power, the maximum of P reactive, and the average value of the P active of T. This particular equation of the average power also, this particular equation, it gives about the P active of T. Even if you do the average power of the entire instantaneous power equation of this particular equation also, we'll get the Vi cos phi only. In another form, we have seen about this particular equation. It is also P is equal P of T is equal to V of T into I of T also gives this particular equation. In this is a power which this is about a useful power, and this is a non-useful power. This is also a one of the definition. Okay, they call it as average power or the useful power, or this power Vi cos 2 omega t minus phi is oscillating power, and which is a non-useful power. This is basically from the literature, and we are going to use this sort of the equation, this particular equation, in the coming discussion when we are considering the harmonics. Okay, maybe this particular equation also we are going to consider these two equations. Okay, when we are going to discuss, when you have the voltage harmonics and then the current harmonics. Okay, yeah. In the last class, we have seen about the some of the powers over here also, where we have defined, we have seen by considering the real power as by considering the RL load. By considering the RL load, I've shown this particular plot V of t and I of t, and this is the P of t graph and P actual of t and P reactive of t, and this is the average power and the reactive power. I mean, I ask you to work out these particular problems. Okay, maybe you can work out using a MATLAB also. Yeah. Next, we'll try to see about when we have the harmonics in the current. Harmonics in the sense that we consider the all the harmonics, that is n is equal to 1 to infinity. That is the source voltage or the source is supplying only the nonlinear load. Load current is now considered as a nonlinear load. But this is not the case which is going to happen, because no, I mean, as I was mentioning in the earlier classes, when I was discussing with the current uh, voltage versus the current harmonics. In order to drive this particular current, obviously we require to have the voltage to be of some other harmonics also. But typically, when you take about this particular kind of a source and then the linear load, and if you take any kind of a bridge rectifier load, uh, driving the, I mean, not but be this particular, you can say, you can take about a control rectifier. You can take a control rectifier. Okay, and this may go this way also. You can take about this way. Okay, I mean, you can consider the capacitor load, high capacitor. Maybe it takes a high impulse current over here also. See, but this particular voltage is very much a sinusoidal voltage, but whereas the current, when you go for the current, it goes of this kind of the nature, very impulsive kind of a nature. Okay, this is the kind of a nature which we are going to observe over here. When you do the analysis of this particular current, you will get these kind of the harmonics. Maybe the even won't be there, the odd harmonics is there. Okay, in this sort, by considering the voltage V of t and I of t, we find out the instantaneous power P of t of this. What we get over here, it is this particular equation. Okay, root 2 V times of root 2 summation of n is equal to 1 in of sine omega t minus phi. Yeah. If you rearrange this particular equation, we are taking out only the fundamental quantities here. The I1 represents the fundamental, other all the harmonics in terms of the current. The voltage is interacting with the fundamental voltage is interacting with the fundamental voltage. Here the fundamental voltage is interacting with respect to the harmonics current. Okay, and this equation 1.7 you can rewritten, we can rearrange to the this particular sort of the equation. Okay, I'm just making over here. Yeah, this is the equation which we generally, this is the first basic equation, the VA of cos phi 1, and this is the equation which is tries to do it, right? V1 by 1 into cos phi is cos 2 omega t minus phi plus V1 I1 sin 2 omega t, this equation. Actually, this is not this particular equation. This should be of cos phi 1 and cos 2 omega t. Okay, cos 2 omega t. Now we have be taken out this particular equation. Okay, this is the equation which I was telling, like we will be going to use this equation in the earlier when we are considering the voltage. Yeah, this equation V1 I1 cos phi and V1 I1 cos phi into 1 minus of cos 2 omega t into V1 I1 sin 2 phi sin phi sin 2 omega. This equation we have used over here. Okay, this equation. And this anyway, it looks like the voltage is, the fundamental voltage is interacting with the other harmonics of current. This is also a simple equation only, just to alterate the what do you say, this equation is also wrong. This one also, please try to verify this equation. It has to be cos phi n and then cos 2 n omega t. This equation is also wrong. This equation also is wrong. This should be cos phi n and cos of 2n omega t. Okay, then you get about this particular equation. Here we have this term of a and b. In this equations, the average power is only the fundamental, the P1. The P1 is equal to V1 of I1, the average value of P of T. If you do the entire the equation of the average power of T1 by T, T1 into T plus T1, the V of T, no, we can take out directly the P of T dt also we'll get of this particular equation V1 I1 cos phi. Whereas the reactive power is equivalent to this V1 I1 sin phi 1. V1 I1 sin phi 1. Whereas we won't get a equation of V into I2 of sin phi 2, something we won't get this sort of the equation also, because the interaction won't happen the fundamental voltage interaction with the second harmonic also. It won't happen also. Okay. Here, with the equation from the above equation, we have defined the average power, the real power, as well as the reactive power. Whereas the apparent power, you can take out S is equal to VI, the VRMS into IRMS. Here, now this is fine, right? With this, these are the equations are fine with respect to the average power and then the real power. When we are considering the voltage is only the fundamental, whereas the current is having the harmonics. Current having the harmonics apart from the a fundamental signal. Okay, in that case, we have defined the real power as well as the reactive power. How about the RMS power is, the apparent power is VI. It is very straight away. But when you do this, rearranging this particular equation, the apparent power, we will be getting of this equation, S square is equal to V square into I1 square plus again V square into I2 square. It's just rearrange of this equation. Okay. Now this is the equation V1 I1 square. I1 can, this equation I1 square can be written as the V square of I1 square can be written as P square plus Q square also. P square plus Q square. Right, because we have taken about square over here. S square is so V square into. What this, why we are written over here, this kind of the equation over here, it is to mention the P square plus Q square plus H square. This is about the harmonic power. See, with this equation, if you do the fundamental power of which is there, this power of P1, if you take about this particular equation of P1 and Q1, P1 and Q1, like the equation of S is equal to apparent power is P1 square plus Q1 square is not equal. They are not equal because we have this particular currents I2 square and I3 square and so on. So this square root of P1 square plus Q square is not equivalent to the apparent power. Is not equivalent to the apparent power. Why? Because this equation, the V2 square, especially these particular terms, I2 square, I3 square, and I4 square are contributing because of the harmonics. So we have a term over here, it is harmonic power. In order to make out this validity, there is a harmonic power which is going to come over here. This is H square. In that case, the S square is equal to P square. S square is equal to P square, P1 square plus Q1 square plus H square. This is about the harmonic power. Okay, how we, this is harmonic power, S is equal to V square I2 square plus I3 square. This equation is valid when the voltage is having the fundamental voltage and the current is having the fundamental plus the harmonics in current. Okay, with above description, above explanation, we can see that the P and Q are the real power and reactive power are dependent to fundamental current components only under this case. Only under this case. These are the points are valid for this case. Whereas the H is dependent on the current harmonic components, which is dependent on current harmonics. See, in the equation, we have seen one of the equation is minus V1 I1 cos 2 phi 1 cos 2 omega t, and this equation also. Okay, this equation also. Yeah, in the above equation, when you see about this particular equation, we get about as something of cos 2 omega t and sin phi sin 2 omega t are all oscillating components. These are all oscillating components. Basically, it is contributing because of this particular, I can say about this phi term. This phi is basically of because of capacitors and then the inductors. When you take about V root 2 V sin omega t and root 2I sine omega t. What does these things are represents? These are the voltage V of t, and these are the current of I of t. Okay. When you multiply this equation, the P of t and I of t, what do you get? Maybe you get as 2vi sine square omega t. We get about it. Okay. When you resolve this particular equation, 2 sine square omega t, maybe, I mean, you can express in terms of VI cos phi. Sorry, just a VI only. Just a VI into 1 minus of what do you get over here? It is cos 2 omega t. Cos 2 omega t. Okay. I mean, this term, which is anyway, which is going to get about the only the real power only. Okay. This term which is there, which will be there when you are having about a pure resistive load also. When you consider about a pure resistive load also, it will be there. But thing is, this particular term, which is of this particular term, we are missing out here. It is, yeah, it is fine. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this particular term will be there. We are not, I mean, maybe this point is maybe the wrong. Maybe this particular term won't be there, especially VA of sine phi sine 2 omega t. These are the terms which are coming over here when you are considering an inductor. When you are considering an inductor. And anyway, when you do the average of this, 1 by t something of integral, especially this equation. I'm talking about this particular equation. When you take about this is p is equal to 1 by t, which is of integral of vi times of 1 by minus of cos 2 omega t 0 to t. I think like this equation what we get is vi only. Okay, term which is going to get about is vi only. This particular term is coming out with when you have a capacitors and inductors. These are basically which are related to the reactive component. Reactive component. The reactive component basically an inductor and capacitor. Okay. If you are considering the only, because our majority of the loads are the inductive loads. So how can you eliminate this inductive loads? In a sense, like we can able to connect to nullify it, to nullify this what do you say, the inductive load kind of a nature, we can go for a capacitor connection. Okay, with this we can eliminate the oscillating component. That is, when you say about the oscillating component is eliminated, that means that we are the source is supplying only the useful power. Source is supplying only the useful power. Okay, this about, okay, when you are eliminating the oscillating power, then the source is supplying useful power. Okay, yeah, this observation also we can see. And in equation 10 in 1.10, the equation 10, maybe this okay, yeah, especially 1.8, we need to look into this equation. Yeah, in the equation 1.8, these are the terms which are deal with respect to the phi n, or here also the n term is coming over here. These are the terms which are coming over here, all are because of the current harmonics, are all because of the current harmonics, are all because of current harmonics. The possibility of to eliminate uh, the integer multiple of the fundamental frequencies, or can be eliminated by tuned LC filters or the passive filters. This is the observation, like with the equation of when you consider the voltage as fundamental and the current as the harmonics. Okay. Now we try to see, we have seen about the power, reactive power, and then the apparent power also. In this case, we have defined about the harmonic power also. Harmonic power is V is equal to square root of I2 square plus I3 square, and so on. Now we try to see that the power factor. I don't know. Yeah, power factor. You might have seen this equation also. Okay, you have seen this particular equation also. Okay, actually now after looking over the apparent power and then P and then Q and then the harmonic power, earlier it was the power triangle was something like this one, P, Q and S, something like this. Now it has come over here, S is equal to square root of P square plus Q square and plus H square. This is what this S especially is represented by power tetrahedron instead of the power triangle. Maybe in a three-dimensional space, how this looks like, maybe this is the power and this is the Q this way, and there is one more term which is coming over this H, and this will be your S. I am not able to depict it properly. Maybe you can see over here in a three-dimensional space. Maybe this is about the power, and this is about the Q, and this is about the H. When we have the fundamental, maybe this is going to come. This is going to come when there is a fundamental. This is about the apparent power. Okay, when you have the fundamental on it. When you have the harmonics, this is the harmonic power, then we are going to come out this way. This about S, which is S, which is equal to a P square plus Q square plus H square. But as such, like I feel like the literature they says about we can represent into the power tetrahedron, but I'm not convinced with this kind of a notation also. Okay. Why? Because the H is related to the harmonic power, which deals with uh, the other frequency components interaction, that is third and fifth and so on. Okay, so that is why I am not convinced with the power tetrahedron. In the literature, they mention it as a power tetrahedron also. Okay, yeah. And other things which we would like to know about is displacement power factor or the fundamental power factor. Generally, when you studied about the power electronics, we have been seen this kind of a displacement power factor or a fundamental power. This is the power factor, fundamental power factor used to refer with respect to the P1 by the S1, where the S1 is equal to square root of S1 square, square root of P1 square plus Q1 square with respect to the above discussion. Okay, with respect to the above discussion, that is voltage, fundamental voltage and current have the harmonics. There is a power factor, which is a measure of the average active power to the total apparent power. Whereas the earlier case of the displacement power factor, it is related to the fundamental active power, the ratio of the fundamental active power with respect to the fundamental apparent power only. The displacement power factor, which is equal to the ratio of the fundamental active power to the fundamental apparent power, whereas the power factor is the ratio of the active power to the total apparent power, that is P1. Maybe you can, in this case, it is actually P by S, but in this case it is P1 by S. We can define as the V1 I1 cos phi, and then the V1 I VV gets cancelled. We get of I1 by I1 I into cos phi 1. Whereas I1 by I is represented to as cos gamma, and this one is anyway cos phi. If this particular factor is unity, okay, if this power factor is unity, if I'm sorry, what I mean to say that if the cos gamma is unity, is I mean, just a minute. If cos gamma is anyway unity, in that case it will be equivalent to the cos phi only. If it is any other factor is there, generally the cos value it takes to 0 to 1, especially the as in this case. Okay, the I1 by the I, this is about the I1 by square root of I1 square plus the harmonic current square. Anyway, this is numerator is much lower than this particular factor. Okay, this particular factor. Then obviously will be a factor of which is going to come which is of less than 1. Then again it is if you multiply with the less than the 1 here, it is still going to lesser also. Okay, then your power factor is going to less than the value what it is there of cos phi 1. Okay, what I mean to say that the cos gamma is less than 1. So when you have a distortion in the current, the actual power factor is reduced. Okay, this cos gamma is a measure of something of a kind of a distortion factor also. You might have heard about as a distortion factor also. The power factor is multiplied with respect to a distortion factor. The cos gamma is used to measure this kind of a distortion factor. Because of that, the power factor is also going to less. What happens when the power factor is going to less is we are not utilizing the source in an effective way. When the power factor is equal to unity, I was mentioning about the power factor. Power factor is equal to P by S. When this is equal to P by P, then it is a unity. We require to maintain the unity. When this value is higher, then it cannot be a value of 1. In that case, we are underutilizing the source. When there is a Q term is there, we are using a non-useful power. Using a non-useful power is not an advantage in a system, in an electrical system. Okay, and now the power factor is low is because of the presence of the harmonics in the load current. The nonlinear current increases the ampere rating of the conductor of the, see here, this is one of the important point. The nonlinear current, load current increases the ampere rating of the current for same amount of the active power transfer with increased VA rating. That means that, okay, this is the source is supplying the harmonic current also, but actually it is a non-useful power. That's what here. Generally, once you have lined over, once you have, once your distribution line is installed, we are not going to change any kind of rating. But what it says was generally for the same amount of the active power transfer, okay, what happened was the ampere rating of the current of conductor for the same amount of the with increased VA rating. Okay, what actually it has to say that we have a more losses in a system for the same amount of the active power transfer. Okay, because of the harmonics in a system. Such kind of the load is not desired in a power system. Okay, more losses and also underutilizing the source. Because of that, they say that the load is not this kind of the load, that is nonlinear kind of a load is not a desired in a power system. Especially, I'm not convinced with the increase in the VA rating. Why? Because once you install the line, we are not going to change the rating of the conductor line, right? They says, I mean, they have pointed over here with if there is a change in the change in the lines, line current, then they say that the nonlinear current increases the ampere rating of the conductor for the same amount of the power transfer with increased VA rating. But I'm not convinced about this particular statement. Okay, don't take about this this equation. Only thing is there we are one factor is we are not utilizing the source effectively. The power factor is going to low. When the power factor is low, then we can say that there is a more the reactive power is there is a more losses in the system. We are underutilizing a source. Such kind of the load is not desired in a power system. Okay. Yeah, this about related to the fundamental voltage and a nonlinear current. Now we will try to just move to the a non-sinusoidal voltage, and supplying a nonlinear loads. And within that case, we have the voltage have the harmonics. It is VDC. The voltage source two may have harmonics transmitted from generation are produced due to. See, this is one of the point which I used to say. The voltage source 2 may have harmonics transmitted from generation are produced due to a nonlinear loads in the presence of the feeder impedance. Okay. Yeah, this is about the voltage V of t. Summation of n is equal to 1 root 2 Vn of sine n omega t minus 5 Vn. Now this is the voltage equation. We are discussing about non-sinusoidal voltage source supplying a nonlinear loads. Yeah. This is the equation of the current and yeah, this about the current equation. This is IDC plus summation of this is harmonics. We have V of t as VDC plus the summation of n equal to 1 to infinity root 2 times of Vn of sine of n omega t minus of phi Vn. With respect to there might be the displacement in the voltage also. Okay. And we are taking this VDC component also, VDC IDC, and we have the voltage harmonics as well as the current harmonics. Now the instantaneous power is of this equation. It's about the voltage V of t, and this equation is I of t. Okay. Yeah, this is now multiplied with the VDC IDC, and VDC is multiplied with this currents, this equation, and then the IDC again is multiplied with this equation. This is a third equation. First VDC, and then the current harmonics, IDC and current. Next is fourth equation of this voltage equation. The AC voltage is multiplied with the AC voltage, AC currents, all the harmonic currents. Now this equation, this power of T is represented to DC voltage and DC current, DC voltage and AC current, AC voltage and DC current. This is the AC voltage, AC power. The first term which is contributed to the DC components of voltage and current, whereas the second terms and third term is DC voltage and AC current, DC mixed with of AC components. Okay. In a case where if there is no DC components, these terms won't be there. In general, in the distribution system, the DC components are very, I mean, there are no such a DC loads which are available in day-to-day life. Now, in that case, we'll be having about this equation, the fourth equation. Okay, why I have given this is this one term and second term is to have to understand when there is a DC component of voltage and current, how does the instantaneous power looks like. Okay, yeah. Now our concentration will be on the fourth term, that is of this particular equation. This particular we are going to see this equation. Okay, we are going to see about this equation, which is contributing the real power, or else basically the interaction, we are going to have this interaction with respect to AC voltage and AC current. Yeah. Now we'll try to make out the equation. One is a similar frequency terms interaction. Just a minute. Yeah. This the term of fourth term. We'll see about the interaction with respect to the similar frequency components, and then the dissimilar frequency. We will try to categorize the equation of fourth term, similar frequency components, and the dissimilar frequency components. Yeah. I mean, I'll share this notes also to you. Mostly, maybe these notes are maybe the PDF file. Okay. I mean, this is the only thing is for your understanding of how the harmonics voltages, the instantaneous voltages, is going to interact with respect to the instantaneous currents. Okay, that's what. Apart from this, we are going to see about the power, real power, reactive power, and harmonic power, and then the apparent power, and then the power factor, and then the displacement power factor also. Okay, this is about the equation 1 with respect to similar frequency components of voltage and current. The similar and the fundamental voltage with respect to fundamental current. Fundamental voltage with respect to the other harmonic currents. The second harmonic current with respect to the second harmonic current. Okay. Here there is no h is not equal to 1. And then the second harmonic voltage is interacting with respect to the other harmonics where h is not equal to 0. You're getting right? Fundamental voltage is interacting with the fundamental voltage. The fundamental voltage is interacting with the other harmonic components apart from the fundamental. The second is second. The second is interacting apart from the second harmonic current. It interacts with all the harmonics of current. Okay. The generalized equation is maybe you can look into this equation. This equation. Okay. Here the equation A, this equation A, this is equation A, and this equation A are all the similar frequency components. Are similar frequency component. Whereas this equation B are the dissimilar frequency terms, or all dissimilar frequency terms. Now we can be able to denote that AC NN. AC NH. N is the current with respect to the voltage, and H is the apart from the N, all other harmonic component. We have two terms over here. Now we have seen this equation, the Vn In of 2 sine omega t minus phi n and sine n omega t minus phi n. This is the similar frequency component terms. Okay. Now this and this equation is the dissimilar frequency components. That's what, for that reason only we have just represented over here h is equal to 1 and h is not equal to n. Whatever the n is going to come over here, if n equal to 1, then h won't be equal to 1 over here. Okay, this is about the similar and dissimilar form. Anyway, we are very much interested in similar frequency component. We'll try to see about the similar frequency components also. Okay, now this equation, the similar frequency components, we can this is about the equation of this equation, sine 2n omega t, we can write out as this equation. Okay, this is minus of phi an minus phi v1. Okay, it should be over here. Just a minute, some mistake over here. Yeah, just a minute. Okay, try to, check it out, this equation. Maybe I'm not sure of, okay, this equation is also correct because we have represented to minus of 2 phi v in this equation. So this comes over here. Whereas phi in minus phi v1 is represented to phi a. Again, we are representing the equation of va times of cos phi n and cos 2n omega t minus 2 phi v n minus 1. Actually, why we have represented to over here, it is in order to come out of this sort of the equation. Okay, we can take out this common over here from these two terms, and we can make out this particular equation in separate way, where we have seen about one of the equation as just a minute, we have seen about of v1 i1 of cos phi n, something of minus of cos phi 1 cos 2 omega t minus of vi. I mean this sort of the equation, va sine phi 1 and then sine 2 omega t. Okay, this is the equation which I just, okay, in order to make out this sort of the equation, they made some rearrangement over here. Okay, now we'll be getting about these terms with the similar frequency components. The similar frequency components. Yeah, these are the equation which is they have represented v1 i1 cos phi 1 as minus 1 minus cos 2 n omega t minus phi v1, and this equation. Okay, this is about the equation 1. Whereas phi n is the phase angle between the nth harmonic current and the nth harmonic voltage. That's what they represented here. Okay, this is the instantaneous power. The first term, second term of DC AC, AC DC, and then the similar frequency component and the dissimilar frequency components. Okay. Now it is, I have given about the equation of the instantaneous power. How does the interactions of DC currents and then the sorry, what do you mean to say that? Non-sinusoidal voltage interaction with the non-sinusoidal current when you are finding out the instantaneous power. Okay, we have seen about the general instantaneous power when you have the voltage is having DC as well as harmonic. DC, fundamental voltage is having the V of t, the DC voltage as well as fundamental voltage, and then the harmonics voltage. Whereas I of t is also same thing, having a DC component, having about the fundamental, having about the harmonic. In that case, how does the instantaneous power looks like? Okay, we have just seen about the instantaneous power. Okay, yeah, and especially for the similar frequency components, we try to figure out, we try to make out the generalized equation of how we have defined about the real power and the reactive power. We have make out this 1.26 also, the way which we have derived the fundamental power and Q power also. Okay. Yeah. Here there is one more term which is missing over here. It is of fourth term, I think so. 4b is missing. Okay. Now the active power, it is of this. P active of T is VDC IDC. This is the power. I mean, this is the P active of T. The P active of T is involvement of DC DC plus in the fourth part, in the fourth equation, A1, I can say this equation. You mean to say in the fourth of A equation, that is about the P active of T. Okay, P active of T is what in here it has not given up. Yeah, basically, yeah, fine, no problem. P active of T is this equation. Okay, P active is this equation. Okay, yeah, it has a non-negative value with some average component gives about the active power also. Okay, is about the active power. That is, the active power is like the VDC IDC summation of n equal to 1 to n Vn V1 I1 cos phi 1 V2 I2 cos phi 2. That is what I mean to say, that V1 I1 cos phi 1 plus V2 I2. Maybe if we have a third harmonic, I3 cos phi 3. This sort of the equation is active power. And then the reactive power is of this P reactive of T. That is fourth equation of A, the second part, minus of summation of n equal to 1 Vn In sin phi 1 sin 2 n omega t minus phi 1. Whereas this term, which is going to result to this is the term which is of reactive component. Reactive component of the instantaneous power P reactive of T. This term, the peak value of this is the reactive power of T. Here it is the instantaneous active power, which is of what I mean to say, the active power of T, instantaneous active power of T is equivalent to fourth A1, that is interaction of NN frequency component. What I mean to say, that it is a similar frequency components. This equation is also fourth equation of A, the second part, with respect to the similar frequency component interaction. Okay, interaction. Now this is the maximum of earlier equation, that is 1.30. 1.30 is this, that is Vn In of sin phi 1 is going to represent to a reactive power. This is about the reactive power. Whereas the real power is of this PDC V1 I1 cos phi V2 I2 cos phi 2. Whereas this is a fundamental power, P2 plus P3 is represented to harmonic power. The average active power corresponding to the DC components is this, average active power component to the fundamental, whereas this also is average active power with respect to the harmonics. You can see that the average power, the average real power, is of the combination of the DC average power as well as the fundamental as well as the harmonics, which is of P2 plus P3 and so on. Don't think like the harmonic components are not contributing to the active power. If there is a second harmonic voltage, then if there is a second harmonic current is there, then it contribute to the active power also. When you have the similar frequency components of voltage and current, similar frequency components of harmonics. When you have the harmonic similar frequency components of voltage as well as current, in that case, that particular harmonic component will be contributing the active power. Okay, yeah, we can find out the fundamental is of this equation. We can find out the fundamental is P11 by 1 by T, V1 of T, I1 of. How do you find out the V1 of T and I1 of T? We need to apply either Fourier series or Fourier transform. Fourier series or Fourier transform in the voltage equation, in the voltage V of T and I of T. How do you find out the power P of T? Only thing is we can find out as P of T 1 by T over 0 to T, TV of T, the voltage, complete voltage and current. When you do that, this is capital T. Sorry. When you do this particular instantaneous voltage multiply with instantaneous current and do the integral with the time period, then you get the P of T also. If you want to get about P1, then we need to extract from the voltage signal fundamental voltage and fundamental current. Then the harmonic can be finding out as this particular equation. We will be finding out this total power, total active power. Sorry, this is I should not give this P of T. It should be capital P. This equation, which we can find it out as capital P, is equal to 1 by T, T1, capital T plus T1, P of T into dt also. We can find it out. I have just given about how to find out the harmonic power. Once you find out the fundamental power, how do you find out the fundamental, extract the fundamental voltage and fundamental current? We are going to calculate this power also. This power is find it out this equation, and this power is this equation. Then we can find out the harmonic power. Okay. Coming back to the reactive power, this sort of the equation as V1 I1 sin phi 1, either up in the above, V1 I1 sin phi 1 and V2 I2 sin phi 2, V3 I3 and sin phi 3. One of the author has find it out this kind of the power is Boudinot's reactive power. Actually, you may not have heard about it. It's about Boudinot's reactive power. Okay, this is a equation of Boudinot's reactive power. Generally, you might heard about this particular sort of the equation of V1 I1 sin phi 1. You may not have heard about this particular sort of the equation V2 I2 sin phi 2, V3 I3 sin phi 3. Okay, this about the Q1 is the fundamental reactive power. The rest of all the harmonic power. The entire power is going to represent to the reactive power as well as can be represented to Boudinot's reactive power also. Okay, can we find it out of some of the maximum value of the equation terms? But generally, like we are not, we have seen about the equation wise, how does the powers looks like when you multiply the instantaneous voltage and instantaneous current. Okay, instantaneous voltage is multiplied with the instantaneous current. These are the equation which how does it looks like. But while calculating the active power and the reactive power, we are just going to use this kind of the methodology, or else we need to find it out as all the voltage, what kind of the harmonics. If you want to really find out the reactive power, we need to find out each individual voltage as well as each individual current also. Okay, then only can find out this reactive power. What I mean to say that in a real time, how do you find out the reactive power? That's what my question is. Okay, we cannot find it out of, we cannot find this kind of the reactive power also. Okay. Yeah. We'll see the next class about the apparent power as well as power factor. How does the power factor looks like when you consider the the non-sinusoidal voltage and non-sinusoidal current. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Okay.